Xin chao. Alright, you're about to watch a video, but there's new things released after I shot this video. So, Tourism Ministry officially rejects Health Ministry's entry restriction proposals for foreigners. So it is official that they have rejected the rule change with the 72-hour thing and all that jazz. We're about to talk about it in the video coming up. I just wanted to update the video. It's been officially rejected. It's not going to happen. So they're probably going to go the course of the 24-hour thing still. So good news, guys. Good news. Here's the video.
Xin chao. What's up, everybody? Rush hour is kicking off. We have another news update on the opening of March 15th. They seem to be coming daily, so I'm just covering them as they come out. I'm going to read the article. It's still only in the Vietnamese news. They have yet to translate over to any of the international news. But yeah, they're already saying it's a pretty dumb idea what they proposed yesterday with the take 1 million tests, 3-day quarantine and all this stuff. Before we get into that, if you want to see me live stream, I will only be doing them on my alternate channel. The link is in the description of the video. If you want to see me do crazy shit, it's the only place you'll be able to see it. If you do like this video, I'd appreciate it if you smash the like button and gave a comment. If you didn't like it, you can leave an angry comment and dislike button. You can smash that. And of course, it would be great if you could subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to help my little channel grow. Thank you guys so much. Got off the busy street. Now let's start reading. I tend to do these vlogs because I'm reading off something and it's not very safe to read it somewhere like outside of Wind Way or a park where somebody can grab my shit because I'm not paying attention. So if you ever wondered why information vlogs are shot in places like this, that's why. And usually a Wind Way because there's some kind of cool interaction with people. Lots of influencers go there and make content, so. The Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism keeps its regulations open to international visitors. The Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism shall submit to the government a plan to open tourism from March 19th after collecting comments from the relevant ministries. On the morning of March 3rd, Director General of the General Department of Tourism, Quinn Trung Khan, said the plan to open tourism has been submitted to the government. In particular, many regulations are recommended to remain the same as in the previous proposal to welcome guests, instead of following some of the tightened suggestions of the Ministry of Health that they rolled out yesterday. The condition for tourists to be allowed to come to Vietnam to have a negative result with 72 hours before exit instead of entering, as proposed by the Ministry of Health. The certificate of full vaccination or the certificate of recovery will be kept. The document states that this regulation is suitable with reality because customers in remote markets have long flights or face force majeure situations. It's not the best, the translation, sorry guys, which may delay entry. The opinions of the Private Economic Research Development Board and Tourism Board and the Vietnam Tourism Association also agree on this. The Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism also recommends that tourists within the first 24 hours of return directly to the accommodation and take a COVID test. Visitors entering by land, sea, or rail are tested at the border gate. Negative people are allowed to participate in tourism activities. No need to wait any longer. That's a big takeaway. The document also states that this regulation is aimed at equality for tourists. It should be no difference than a tourist domestically. So I agree with that 100%. Regardless of international or domestic, and creates favorable conditions to attract tourists to Vietnam. Previously, the Ministry of Health had suggested that tourists are required to stay at the accommodation for the first 24 hours from the time of entry and should not leave the place for 72 hours. If they want to leave, they must have a daily COVID test. The Ministry of Culture and Sports recommends not to add administrative procedures for businesses when opening tourism activities, because when reopening for operation, businesses have complied with regulations and plans to ensure safety. The Ministry of Public Security has previously added that travel businesses need to develop a plan and process to welcome guests and send them to competent agencies for approval. In addition, the ministry also proposed to soon restore the visa policy as before COVID-19. So the official submitted document that they submitted today, they want all visas to be exactly like they were before COVID-19. So all the good visas, which again, all this completely makes sense. Now we're back on track. They already saw the roar of the people in one day. People were shitting all over that new idea of the 72-hour, yada, yada, yada. So I almost am positive they're not going to do that. We still got to wait on the red stamp letter, which they think is going to come out any day now. I know I've been saying that, but now that the thing's actually submitted and they finalize the plan, most likely that's what's going to get approved. In addition, the ministry also proposed to soon restore the visa policy as before COVID. After agreeing to apply PC COVID as necessary to complete the application to support visitors. In addition, it is necessary to complete and issue a certificate of vaccination against COVID-19 vaccine for Vietnamese to travel abroad. The official plan will be approved by the government before Vietnam fully opens to tourism from March 15th. So there you go. That's the information. My hope is that they will go with this plan, this one that they just outlined and submitted. Hopefully there'll be no changes to it. From what I'm hearing, I know people in the tourism industry, I know people that own visa companies, stuff like this. My contact at the visa place said any day now they're going to be reissuing e-visas, like any day. And most likely that this plan that they just outlined and submitted is what's going to get approved. He said he's like about 90% sure that that's what's going to happen. And I've also heard that from some people in the tourism industry that run tourist companies. So yeah, it looks like that's going to be the finalized plan, guys. And it's going to be visas exactly as they were pre-COVID. So if you wanted to know what it was going to be, that's what it's going to be. It's almost 100% that that's what it's going to look like. It would literally make all of 0 cents to do a 72-hour stay at hotel and then a week for the kids. That makes no sense. Anybody traveling with kids, that's immediately out the door. And who wants to waste 3 days of their vacation? Now, if I'm coming for a couple months, I don't care. I don't mind doing 3 days. That's not too big of a deal. But if I'm only coming for 2 weeks, that is a gigantic deal. That is a deal killer, in my opinion. So this is good news. This is the type of stuff that we wanted to hear. You know, we wanted to see a reversal immediately on that proposed idea yesterday of having stringent rules. And it makes no logistical sense either. You know, COVID's already ripping through Saigon and all Vietnam again, the Omicron. So, I mean, why would we apply some crazy rules to tourists? We're trying to get this party started, you know? We're trying to get people in here, trying to get people to spend money, and we're trying to bolster the economy. So the best way to do that is with less rules. Hopefully they take the PCR test off too. That's what you really want to see as well. Because that PCR test shit is a joke. I can tell you that firsthand as a person that's dealt with it. I think it's a complete scam and waste of money. So they really need to get rid of that as well. So yeah, I thought it was very interesting that immediately within a day afterwards of them coming out with the kind of the crazy idea to do that stuff, that there was a reversal immediately. Hello. Count. Immediate role reversal on that. Yeah, what did Vietnam Express got? No tourist is going to travel to Vietnam to take 4 COVID tests. I mean, they hit it right on the head. This article came out an hour ago. I'm going to guess it was loosely translated from what I just read. I read the Vietnamese version off the Vietnamese website. But yeah, no one's going to want to come here to take a bunch of tests and be stuck in a hotel. It's just not going to happen. And no one's going to really want to take a PCR test because those things aren't accurate. And once that sucker's positive, and then you're locked away for however long they deem it. I think they do 7 or 10 days here now. So then you would have to pay for a high-end hotel for 7 to 10 days if you do test positive. So the way to go is to have it the way that outline that they submitted for the official opening that I just read. That's exactly how it should go down. That's fully doable for anybody. Most people are going to be jet lagged the first 24 hours anyways. So I see that as being a perfectly fine plan. Everybody's ready for it. As you'll see in the Bui Vinh video, I don't know if it'll be before or after this, but Bui Vinh's completely getting ready to go for tourism. They are full steam ahead, let me tell you. They are not playing. They want to get things open. They want to get things moving. And I don't blame them. I do too. I'm just ready to be over this whole COVID shit. I don't want to hear about it anymore. I don't care about it anymore. I'm over it. We've got the data. We've got the vaccines, period. I mean, what else? Why do we have to keep looping around on this and playing crazy rules and all this shit? So it looks like a really good step forward. Fingers crossed. If that's the official red stamp document is what I just read to you. Let's really just hope that that is what they go with, guys. From what I can tell, that's what it sounds like they're gonna go with. So, all right, guys, that's the video. Short and sweet, to the point. If you want to support the channel in other ways, you can join the Patreon. It has content that is not shown on the channel exclusively for Patreon, and you have early access to most of the videos. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Stay frosty. See you in Vietnam. See you on the next one. Peace out.